2, 1, go. All right. And so would you like to do an introduction to yourself, Runner Guy, and to Bingo here really quickly?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so Bingo, I am Runner Guy 2489, and this is Ocarina of Time Bingo. Bingo is basically a race category that every racer at the beginning starts a new file. They have a 5x5 board, and their objective is to do a row, column, or diagonal and get those 5 assorted items. When they get those 5 items, they are done. And the cool thing about it is we are featuring 3 of the top bingo players here. They could potentially be picking similar rows. They could be picking completely different things. Like they could be doing almost anything in the game in any order.
Yep. The I linked the card, by the way, in the room for you, Runner Guy. So Exodus, strong history in bingo. Some people widely regard him as the best bingo player. Tob also, up there, been killing it in ESMB as well. European Saturday Night Bingo, which takes place a few hours prior. And Aliens apparently winning the past 4 Saturday Night Bingos in a row, so on a hot streak.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he told me. I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy. People do not win 4 in a row usually. So we're going to get the card up here in a second. Ocarina of Time Bingo, very different from Super Mario 64 Bingo. When you commit to a row in Ocarina of Time, it's much more of a hard commit, right? So these goals, they take longer. Ocarina of Time, just like the bingos take longer, and the requirements for certain things are like crazier. Like in Mario 64, the craziest you'll get is like you need Vanish Cap or like Wing Cap for something, and that's like 1 or 2 minutes out of your way. But we have certain goals on here, like all 5 Lake Hylia skulls. I'm just going to highlight it right here in purple so that you can see it. That requires you to go there as a child to get a couple skulls. There's 1 on the Fire Arrow platform, 1 in the Soil Patch, so that requires a bottle with bugs. 1 on the house. That also requires you to go there at night to kill the Skulltulas. And as an adult, you need to get iron boots for the gold Skulltula as well. So that means that you have to go into Ice Cavern as well to get iron boots. And you also have to get the 1 on top of the tree, which requires, like hook shot or long shot. So, yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of goals that require a lot of setup. You'll see probably these 3 players doing, typically there's like 15-20 minutes of things that they're going to be getting that are just useful for all bingos. Things like hook shot,
Right.
bombs, explosive. Like those are all things that you're going to want. Bottle is often used in cards. And then that's where it starts to get crazy as they kind of plan out their attack, as they kind of can cut through different areas of the game, warp around to actually complete their 5 tasks. So you really, I mean, the intro is almost over here. They've basically had the time we've been talking here to look over the board, and essentially, as Pitt said, you really want to commit to one thing, and you don't want to be kind of indecisive. I feel like it's better to just pick something and go with it rather than continue to kind of be up in the air about it.
Yeah, there's like 2 main ways to start Bingo 2, and you might see them diverge here, you might not. But typically there's either get sword and escape or get stick and escape. And if you get the stick and escape, that basically means you want to grab the bottle and go adult as soon as possible and do a lot of reverse bottle adventure. And we can talk about that later when they get to it. But basically, like a lot of like the deep goals, like a bunch of songs or medallions, you can kind of skip forward on them with reverse bottle adventure if you do the whole trade sequence. All right. I have been messaged to the rows that Exodus and Aliens are picking. I can reveal them now, or we can just, you want to figure it out?
Let's have some fun with it. Yes.
Okay, let's figure it out.
What they're doing.
Top hasn't messaged me anyway, so.
Everybody's gotten the sword, which is a fairly standard open. You don't necessarily need it, but
it's a safe open too. Like if you're still thinking about what you need to do, the sword is not bad because it's not a hard commit one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything that stands out on this card that you like yet? I haven't really been looking at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute here to kind of look over the board and
Sure. I kind of want to look at it too.
what I like. For me, I definitely don't mind so much bottom left, top right. The diagonal. It could do that all adult, which is pretty nice.
I kind of like column 2. I think column 2 is really good.
You do that all adult as well.
Yeah.
You could potentially get the bottom of the well map.
You could get bottom of the well map, you could.
Same with my row, the one I picked. Interesting.
Yeah.
There are some options here.
I mean, nothing on this card is like completely awful either.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of viable rows, which makes it fun.
I kind of like I like column 1 because it's kind of a journey, right? You go to Ice Cavern, you go to Gerudo, you're like all over the place. That usually means that it's a bad row, but it also means it's like a fun row. So
yeah, column 1's tough because the Shadow Trial stands out to me as good.
Column 1 is slow. Column 1 is definitely bad because you also have to go into Fire Temple to get the Megaton Hammer. It's too much sauce.
Yeah, that probably has a little bit too much going on.
Yeah, and you have to get like Zelda's Lullaby for all the Shadow Temple keys.
Yeah, so it looks like Exodus and Tob are taking the Zora's River Escape. They'll probably be just getting a bottle and going adult, I'd imagine, based on what they've gotten so far. Alien went and got the Ocarina. He'll probably be playing a decent amount of songs at some point. Or he might be doing bottom of the well choose.
I think that. Oh yeah, he could be setting up for Ocarina of Dive in bottom of the well. He could also think that like he doesn't want to do any kind of like RBA or anything with the bottle, so he might like completely skip it. I'm thinking, well, like for Ocarina versus like bottle, it's usually worth it if you're gonna play like a minute's worth of songs. That would be like 6 songs or like 7 songs. Because you have to like drop your contents of your bottle and pick them up every time. Bottle also like way more versatile though.
Yeah, bottle allows you to do a lot. If you don't know the tricks in this game, you can manipulate a lot of things with just a bottle. So that's what Exodus and Tob are both doing. It looks like Exodus has a very slight lead at this point, nothing major.
Yep, Exodus just a little bit ahead of Tob. Alien's completely different already, so you know, can't really judge where he's at.
Yeah, and that's the thing about bingo. We're really not gonna know who's ahead once the routes kind of diverge. It's kind of mostly a guessing game, but we're gonna kind of analyze what they're doing and try and make a guess as to who might be winning, based on kind of all 3 of them. What we're seeing.
All right, so yeah, I guess just like while we have this little bit of setup downtime, I just wanted to like thank everyone for tuning into the GSA marathon this weekend. You know, bringing in the big bucks for the prize pools later, and anyone who's like still donating, we still have those incentives. We still have like raffle for like tier 2 sub for $1 or 100 bits, and then like a Celestine code for 5. Beast Coast backpack for 10, zip up hoodie for 15, jersey for 20, and the Mario setup with a console, Super Mario 64, and a controller, all by Cheezo5 for 25, and like 50 for double entry. So yeah, thanks everybody. Just gonna go back to the game now.
Yeah, it looks like Alien is getting a bottle as well, so they are all going to be getting the bottle.
Yep. I guess Alien decided that Ocarina was probably worth it to make Bottom of the Well a little bit faster.
If that's what he's doing, I feel like that's what he's going to be doing.
He got the shield and Ocarina.
Right.
That usually means like he's getting bomb chews, because you don't get the shield if you're not gonna do anything as child. That means that you don't get the shield. Like Tob and Exodus, they didn't get a shield, so they're not really gonna do much. But since Alien got the shield, that makes me think that he's gonna get
be
bomb
doing
chews.
something here, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like Exodus and Tob are probably just doing straight adult, but with swords instead of 6.
Yeah, which is fine. It's a fine open. Oh, it looks like we have revealed that Tob is getting a market skull, so he is definitely doing column 3 or row 1.
Yeah, it means that he's going to be doing a back in time, right?
Yes, which is a very interesting row. So the square all 4 market skulls, it's row 1, column 3 at the top there. You kind of need, when you're doing bingos, you have to, it's really about the knowledge, right? So the 4 skulls there, you need to know which ones are child only, which ones are adult only. And one in this particular case requires Song of Storms.
Right.
Which you can only get as an adult, but then you have to go back in time.
So you have to beat Forest Temple, skip the Prelude of Light cutscene.
Yeah,
it's an ordeal. But if he has other things he needs to do as child, he can like leave some of them for later if they're fast. Which I don't really see it with these rows. I don't really see anything that child is good at in those two. So
yeah, I'm not seeing like super other benefits of child 2, but it might just be that he liked in one of those rows.
Yeah, he might think that besides 4 market skulls, the row looks really good. And yep, Alien's definitely going for the Ocarina dive and Bottom of the Well. That's why he got the Ocarina. I don't know why he's getting the key. I think that must have just been muscle memory. I don't know why he grabbed the key, honestly.
There's not a Bottom of the Well square.
There's no Bottom of the Well skulls on here. I think he just grabbed it on accident.
Yeah. Which happens. I mean, a bingo, it's not about, like, probably a lot of the marathons that, or a lot of the runs that have been done during this marathon have had, like, predefined routes where the runners are very familiar with what they're doing. They're very comfortable with what they're doing. For something like bingo, it's more about kind of what you're doing on the fly and being able to adapt. And so Alien getting that key there was probably just a slight hiccup where he like just had a lapse of focus or was thinking about his route or
and like let muscle memory take over.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. Looks like he's probably going for the map now. So I'm gonna guess that he's going for a row that has 6 maps.
Yeah. Looks like he'll be getting this map.
I also want to point out Pack donating $10. Thanks, Pack, for the 10. Pack, being the founder of speedrun.com, partnered with GSA, letting us use twitch.tv/speedrun channel. Shouts to Pack. And he just says, lads. You're the lad. Okay.
Yeah, so that's 1 map for Alien. If you had to guess which one, now you know Alien probably a little bit more than I do. If you had to guess which row he was up to, because there's row 4, column 2, or bottom left, top right.
Column 2.
You think he'd be going column 2?
Yes.
I could see that.
What do you think it is?
It's definitely not row 4 in my opinion, or he'd have gotten some of the magic beans.
I just think that row 4 is like not that great in general.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of all over the place.
I think that it's like a fun adventure, but I just
Alien with the Hess out of CAC, very nice.
Yeah, those are some VC 100% strats, I think. He's going to be RBAing more bomb chews later, so he probably doesn't care about wasting.
Right. It looks like he'll be heading over now to go adult. And they're both, Tob and Exodus are in the adult cutscene. It's a long cutscene. It is time that most players will spend kind of refining their route. Like they've picked their road, they've declared what they're doing. And then this is the opportunity to kind of look it over, really go over the details, decide on exactly where you're going to be moving, what you're doing.
All right, so it looks like Alien's going for legit Zelda's Lullaby. So you can get Zelda's Lullaby in a couple ways. One is by, getting it normally, and the second way is by trading through the trade sequence all the way up to Poacher's Saw, and then RBAing it. It's the only way I can explain him waiting for night there. So that would mean that he's getting a row that includes maps and Zelda's Lullaby. So, like, column 2.
Or bottom left, top right. Still.
Oh, yeah, for all the keys in Shadow Temple.
He did not go do that.
Oh, he didn't?
He wanted the money to buy the shield. So he could
But he could have just jumped off the chains twice? I don't know.
It can kind of be sketchy when the bridge is going up, but...
Had the wrong read on the guy. What can I say? I don't know him as well as I think I do.
But yeah, it's important to look over the board. Like, there's all kinds of different board textures, and one of the things you definitely want to kind of zone in on is what squares need Zelda.
Oh, shouts to ZFG for the host. New 100% world record, just 20 minutes ago. 403. 403.
403 for the ZFG.
Exactly. More to come from that man.
Even on his birthday.
Yeah, I know. Every birthday he gets a PB. Crazy. So I think that Shadow Trial is just a really slow goal in general.
Yeah, it's tough to make that one work.
I just feel like anything with Shadow Trial, most people usually don't do, because you have to go to Fire Temple to get the Megaton Hammer, and you have to go to Ganon's Castle after that, and then you also either have to have hover boots or do a really long hover, or have fire arrows, and it's messy. Shadow Trial is messy. You could do Lax BA in column 1. Wait, what would Lax BA get you in column 1?
No, I think that would have to be column 4 or row 3.
Oh, you said Hammer BA. Oh, okay. Light Arrows cutscene BA Hammer. Okay, gotcha.
For that square, if it would line up. But
would you do that? Is that the strat? Is that faster? Lax BA? I don't know. Is that
maybe if you needed ZL, but even still, I don't think so.
Well, you're going to Shadow Temple, so you already have hover boots. If you never visit DMT, but wouldn't you probably go through Death Mountain Trail to get to Ice Cavern? Maybe you would go through Zora's River. DMC.
Exodus and Tob are moving now. And they're going to be setting up some RBA, Reverse Bottle Adventure, which is a complicated trick that involves...
We'll go one step at a time.
Yeah, it involves manipulating your memory based on what you have on the C right icon, and a lot of the ones that are important are the adult trade items. So that's what Exodus is doing right now. He's getting the adult trade quest started.
Yep. So, the process involves getting a bottle on your B button, and then basically, if you drop and catch things on from the bottle on your B button, you can write certain values to your inventory based on whatever items on your C right button, basically. So you'll see a lot of equipment swapping and dropping and catching.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful for bingo. It definitely opens up your toolbox and allows you to have a lot more options.
Yeah, like a few years ago, for reverse bottle adventure, if you wanted to do it in bingo, you'd basically only be able to do it for rows that would benefit from a bunch of RBA because it took forever to set up. But a couple of years later, we found methods to, get bottle on B with water, get bottle on B with like any explosion. So it's way more versatile now. Like if, for example, you just need a bunch more bomb chews. Like a lot of people just do that. A lot of people just RBA bomb chews, and that's like it.
Yeah, a bomb chew count used to be really critical in a lot of bingos, and now it's just kind of like, oh, I'm running low on bomb chews, I'm gonna go get more. Exodus is going to Ganon's castle right now. He's mostly doing that, and looks like Tob is about to do that as well. They're just doing this because actually this cutscene sets it to a specific time right as night is starting, and that's going to be the fastest way for them to hatch their egg. They got the egg from the cuckoo lady, and now they're going to be wanting that egg to hatch so they can progress through the adult trade. That is one of the few areas that actually will set time of day.
Yep, sets it to midnight. Ganon's castle. It's actually kind of weird. You'd think that it's the cutscene that sets time of day to midnight for the Ganon's castle area, but it's actually just entering Ganon's castle area, so you can reuse it
anytime you want.
Not everyone knows that, actually.
Yeah, so here's Exodus doing the trick to get the bottle on B. Basically, you can do it anywhere there's shallow water. If you press the B button, like as you pop into and then out of the water.
Tob struggling to kill the Poe, but you have to wait for day anyway, so hopefully he gets another regular Poe here.
Exodus did not get the Poe, correct?
Yes, he did not. So he's probably not looking to get bomb chews.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or, any bomb chews he gets, he's fine with like 5.
And so it's looking, I mean, again, it's looking like Alien is way behind, but
he has a lot more setup done.
He is, doing a completely different route. So we don't know.
Yep. So Tob and Exodus is gonna be doing some trading of the trade items here.
You can see Tob dropping and catching his bugs here on the B button. Because he has Poe on C, right, that actually points to the bomb chew amount. So he's going to be able to have more bomb chews later because he did this.
So when you drop, it writes the value 20. And then when you catch, it's 29. So right now, he has 29 bomb chew amount, but he doesn't actually have bomb chews. And what that usually means is when you don't have bomb chews, but you RBA the bomb chew count, it means that he's probably going to be getting the Gerudo Training Grounds bomb chew chest, because that one works a little bit differently from some other ones. And what it'll do is it'll actually add 5 from the chest to his 29. So he'll start with 34 bomb chews. So looking to spirit hover probably with that amount.
Yeah, probably some type of spirit.
Which would suggest row 1.
Or column 3.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, column 3.
Could be both.
It could. Yeah, he could do row 1 and column 3.
Sometimes we do double bingo.
Yeah, not this time though.
Not this time.
Alien
as well, getting the adult trade started.
Yep.
Wow, Exodus and Tob neck and neck right now.
Crazy.
On the same drop.
Yep, that's true. Gonna have to. Okay, you have to be very careful here because what they're doing is they just put a bottle on their bomb slot in their inventory, and you see that bomb icon that they have equipped? That's just default equipped when you go adult. So if they equip over that bomb icon, it's gone forever. And that's the only way they're gonna have usable bombs now, because now that they have like something over the slot in the inventory, and now that they RBA'd Kojiro and gave themselves bomb bags, they can get and use bombs. but at any point, if they get rid of that icon, they just don't have bombs anymore. You can never get them again.
Right. It's very important when you're doing equips with the RBA route to know where your bombs are at.
Yep, never equip over bombs is like it's like the cardinal rule of bingo, and it gets broken all the time.
Tob getting the Song of Storms, that's the song that he needs when he goes back in time to get the Market Skull.
Yep.
To open a grotto in your in the Hyrule Castle.
Exodus doing a hookshot race for Dompe. What's actually really nice is in Dompe's grave you have a 5-bomb pot, so you're guaranteed to get some explosives here.
Yeah, people utilize that a lot rather than just go for the pure RNG of the bushes. Knowing that 5 is always there for you is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, Tob, going for that bush luck. Probably on his way to get hookshot as well.
Yeah, so they both put the sword back on B already, which kind of
suggests that they're probably done for the most part. Yeah, they probably just what that means is they probably just did not want to go to Dongo's Cavern, and they're probably done trading. Probably.
They could.
They could trade up to Saw and just like RBA like Zelda's Lullaby. Yeah. Right. They could think that they might just want to do some of their goals now.
Like if they have a shadow or something. Does he have the gauntlets? The black ones?
Oh, no, I don't see gauntlets from Tob, no. One thing that's also possible is that they just unequip sword now, or they re-equip sword now, and they might be looking to still like RBA Saw but kill Skull Kid. And Skull Kid, like you can only kill him either at the start of Adult before you get the trade item, or like after you're done trading up the Purge or Saw. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so we can see on Alien screen the choose. He had them up there briefly, but since he already has the bomb choose, his RBA he actually shows the 29 already. So
right.
He got explosives.
An interesting thing you can do is you can actually like drop 3 of your bomb choose and then drop bugs again, and then you half milk RBA bomb choose and you get 31. But people usually don't do that.
Exodus going for the choose slide teleport.
Bomb slide teleport.
Bomb slide teleport, that's right.
A little slower than hookshot jump, but it's actually not bad because you can use one of your bombs to like clear the patch, or you can use your sword to clear the patch, and like maybe you'll get a bomb drop while you do it. I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing. He was just looking for more bombs there. I'm almost like 1,000,000% positive that Exodus knows how to do the hookshot jump.
Yeah, he's not had great luck so far with the bombs.
Yeah, nothing yet. All right, in Shadow Temple, let's see what he does here. He might just be here for hover boots. He might be here for a map as well.
Yeah, we have no idea what Exodus has not really given any hints as to what row he's doing yet. We've narrowed Tob down and we've narrowed Alien down a little bit.
They messaged me their rows. I just haven't like looked at them yet. Because just in case we need to know.
In case we're wrong.
Alright. Alien getting Kojiro. Looking to RBA some bombs. Doesn't have bugs. He might have like mash dropped before getting Kojiro. I'm not sure.
Exodus got a map.
Okay, so that would imply he's getting the 6 maps goal.
Yes.
This would be BLTR, row 4, column 2.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Zelda's Lullaby, and he's already in Shadow Temple, so I don't think it can be BLTR. He wouldn't take 2 trips to Shadow Temple.
Yeah, I agree.
So it has to be either row 4 or column 2. Either that, or he just kind of wanted the map because he doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, the beans makes it seem like column 2 is going to be his choice.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does after Hover Boots.
I mean, he did RBA Kojiro grass chest, but it wouldn't be worth it with 5 beans.
Right. Yeah, he's got a piece here, I think. Yeah.
Okay, yep.
So we think Exodus is doing column 2.
Yep. Tob also in Shadow Temple, probably looking for those hover boots. Yeah, I mean, there's no other thing that he'd be there for because he's doing column 3 or row 1.
Yeah, he needs the hover boots. I mean, hover boots are useful overall, but yeah, he's going to be needing them for Spirit Hover and to go back in time with a gold.
Yeah, and it also helps in Gerudo Valley getting to going to the fortress, you know, faster to cross the bridge.
Yeah.
Also have more flexibility in the kind of gate skips you can do in Gerudo Fortress. Hover boots are very good. You need like a hard justification for getting them usually.
Very, very versatile item. It's common in a lot of bingos.
Yep. It's usually your hookshot is explosives, hookshot, hover boots in that order, and then you're set. So all these players, they're looking pretty set right now.
Yeah, this was kind of the setup that we were talking about. Like, they've all kind of been doing essentially very similar things. There was some
small deviations, yeah.
Now we're gonna probably see where the routes start to diverge a bit.
Yep. Okay, so it looks like Exodus is looking for a fairy here. I guess he's gonna a potion. Oh, okay, yeah, a fairy. Definitely not a potion.
A fake out.
So that would imply he's probably doing the hookshot jump in Dodongo's Cavern with Death,
Doom
otherwise
jump.
known as Doom Jump. It's actually not a bad name now because it specifies that you die. So he's going into Dodongo's Cavern. I'm thinking column 2 then.
Yeah, we kind of thought that just based on the other things that he did with hover boots. He'll probably get the map there and then do the Doom jump.
Alien is skipping hover boots and opting to continue the trade sequence.
Yeah, he's gonna be getting Zelda.
Still has bottle on B. Yeah, he's definitely RBAing Zelda's Lullaby. So
still doesn't change which
still doesn't.
Top right.
It doesn't completely, go one way or the other. He hasn't touched Shadow Temple yet, so BLTR is like very on the table, actually. Wait, no, because he has Bomb Bag 40 right now from Kojiro. He'd have to change around his RBA, catch a fish. Is it fish? No, that's still
drop.
40. It's drop. Yeah, well, he doesn't need Quiver, so that's probably fine.
Yeah, we'll see. See what happens.
Yeah. Oh wait, Map and Compass and Spirit Temple though for column 2.
Tob is headed over to Gerudo already. That's interesting. We don't usually see Gerudo till it's like your last goal. He's heading out there already now.
Yeah, going soon. Maybe he's looking for his bomb choose early.
Yeah, he might be wanting the bomb choose.
Usually you don't see people go to Spirit Temple early because you get stuck there, right? A lot of times you have to watch like a Requiem cutscene, or you want a warp song so that you can like go back to Death Mountain Crater. But
Let's see what his plan is.
yeah, he probably has some kind of plan. Exodus doing the Doom Jump, top right hand corner, skipping, going up to Dodongo's Cavern the regular way. Since he RBA bombs, oh, maybe he could do row 4. Oh no, okay, he's not doing row 4. If he was doing row 4, he could have gotten the fake bomb bag and RBA'd Water Temple small keys.
Yeah, we'll see if he jumps down and gets the map. If he didn't get it already.
Looks like he's looking to defeat King Dodongo.
Yeah, he's going to
defeat
defeat Dodongo. It'll be interesting to see. Now, that's 2 maps for Exodus, and he's potentially going to be wrong warping here? Or would you not?
I think that, yes, for Spirit Map and Compass, right?
But he doesn't have ZL yet.
But he doesn't have anything to do. Yeah, he doesn't have anything to do for like Spirit. He couldn't get either, so he'll probably beat King Dodongo and then leave. He's probably thinking about just going to Gerudo Valley normally.
That's it. The wrong warp is situational.
It doesn't save that much usually. I think he's thinking that he's gonna he's gonna save overworld time, like running around trading, for like Zelda's Lullaby. You know, obviously getting back to the forest through Death Mountain Trail and Goron City, and then that just means that he has a little bit more overworld time to get to the Gerudo area, and then he doesn't have to do the Archival Orb as well. It works with what he's doing. Alien buying arrows, probably for the Spirit Temple chest, and trading over the mushroom. Can do a cool jump here onto the top of the house. Tob getting ice arrows, probably to shoot a bow.
Yeah, Tob's gonna want that for to be able to actually shoot. He RBA'd the quiver, so he has a quiver, but he can't actually shoot arrows until he has one of the
an arrow
to
something over his arrow slot. So what he's gonna do here is he's gonna duplicate bottle trick over ice arrows, and that'll just put a bottle on his bow slot. Thanks from Emmanuel for the 101 bits. Yeah, in that raffle for the tier 2 sub.
Exodus, the first one with a square.
Oh yeah, good job, Exodus.
On first blood here. Got
Bingo.
arrows.
Bingo is kind of crazy. You might think that someone has a lead, but sometimes they'll just finish 3 goals like in the course of a minute.
Mm-hmm. Tob is getting keys, so I'm thinking that Tob is going to be doing row 1.
He's definitely doing row 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, actually, looking at it, the 7 keys along the way to the Iron Knuckles is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
3 tunics isn't a bad square.
It actually works really well because he gets to RBA the bomb choose. He RBAs, bombs, grabs the bomb choose in Gerudo Training Grounds, and he also has his RBA set up for aimable bow for Gerudo Training Grounds, and I think that his route's looking pretty nice.
He's putting it together pretty well, I think.
I think that everything flows really well for row 1, besides the 4 market area stations.
Yeah, Forest is going to be, like, he doesn't have a minuet yet, he's going to have to go there at some point.
Oh, he died.
Oh man, Stalfos.
That's okay, it's not a huge time loss. Usually deaths punish you a little bit more, but Gerudo Training Grounds, the first room, didn't have, like, bottle on VE or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
not really too much there.
He was just looking for that health refill, maybe.
Right, so Exodus continuing his RBA now.
Yep, getting Zelda's Lullaby now.
Alien right there with him, going to be doing the same thing. He already has the bottle.
Yep, he already has bottle. Exodus catching with bottle on C-Right, getting those bugs back in a bottle. Gonna trade Kojiro.
Oh, yeah, Exodus is just continuing his trade quest.
Yep.
Alien.
Alien. Yep, done. Oh, re-entering Skull Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Going for Skull Kid. Alien probably locked into column 2.
Yeah, that would be my guess. As you call it. Very nice.
He does a lot of like Dodongo's Cavern with Spirit Temple, I'm pretty sure is what he likes to do.
Skull Kid giving him some trouble here.
Yeah, can't quite kill Skull Kid. If he's game over versus Skull Kid, it'll be like...
oh. That was close. Oh.
He ran away!
He ran away. Oh man.
Alien Squeaky Toy failing to kill Skull Kid, kills himself to refill his health.
That was tough.
And you might wonder, will he switch rows now?
Tob very nicely already has 4 keys. Right
yeah, making his way through the Smorphos room.
Yeah, that's why I was curious if he was going to RBA the...
I feel like I would have RBA'd Strength Upgrade if I were Tob.
To get this key, but that's useful for 8. He has some options because it was only 7.
Yeah, it's just he wouldn't have needed a shootable bow. Like,
I think you still would have.
Wait, do you need it for the door unlock here? Yeah.
You need for one of the 2 that Exodus is doing right now. Exodus getting keys.
Wait, no, I think that one of the streams right now.
I was so confused. I was like, "They're
how's Exodus like already there? He was just training for Saw." Alien going for a second shot at Skull Kid. Wait, no. Wait, what is he doing? Backwards through Lost Woods. Wait, but why? Wait, did he kill Skull Kid? Were we not watching?
He might have. It's really tough to keep up with.
Can I get chat confirmation? Did he kill Skull Kid? He's getting Goron Tunic. Goron Tunic. So okay, he did indeed kill Skull Kid. Okay, thank you. Skull Kid dead after 2 tries. Dude, Tob looking pretty low on health here in GTG. Doesn't want to get bopped by these keys.
Trying to do this trick through the.
Yeah, rolling invincibility will help him a lot, though. He's good.
Very nice.
But he will get bopped again.
Mm-hmm.
And just save warp. Yep. All right, that's 7 GTG keys done for Tob. Looks like we're trying to figure out the Exodus screen region thing here.
Yeah, we'll get. I know he sometimes has internet issues. We'll see if we can get it back.
Yeah, apparently it's down. Alien getting the Goron Tunic for Fire Temple.
Yeah, I mean there are options to skip it, but he's probably thinking I'm gonna have to equip swap like.
I mean,
over a couple times. I have to find a fairy. Gonna have to do this.
I would have been a little crazier. I think I would have beaten King Dodongo and done 4 Heart Fire Temple, but then Alien would have told me that I'm stupid. So.
Yeah, that's a pit move for sure.
It really is. I either go super pro with my strats and it works out, or I lose like 10 minutes. Alright, Exodus, we're getting him back up soon here.
Tob continuing his path to Spirit. He's going to be going over here for the Iron Knuckles.
Oh, so... Wait, okay, I was looking at aliens, I was like, why is Tob, like, there? Rolling through Wasteland, old faithful there, you're not going to be failing Wasteland if you're just rolling through it with hover boots. Kind of 2013 strats, but bingo players usually on the side of consistency. They don't want the big mistakes that usually come with Ocarina of Time speedruns. Voiding in Wasteland, a lot of time loss that can happen there.
Alien getting the Bolero cutscene skip, so now he has Bolero. He's probably going to piece to somewhere else and save that for later. Yeah, definitely of note for bingo players and being conservative, especially because it's almost always done in a race setting. It's not like you're going to be grinding bingos, and if you make mistakes, you reset. It's more you're going to be doing this in like a one-shot deal. Yep.
So, they want the lower variance.
Yeah, it's about, how much are you willing to risk versus your consistency. And typically the bingo players, overall, I think, I know I definitely fall into this mindset of I would rather, sacrifice 5 seconds and get it than, take the
risk losing a minute.
Right.
And it's also, if you play like safer, like say what Tob is doing right now, you also, it's easier to spend your brain power on the route. But when you're doing high intensity things and you have to think about your route, usually there's a lapse in one or the other. Like you forget an item or you just make more mistakes while you're thinking about it.
Yeah, and rolling through Wasteland, that doesn't cost a ton of time.
No, it does not. Aliens decided to get healthier, I believe. Yep, knew he was gonna die if he backflipped off. Gonna be heading towards Dodongo's Cavern, looking to kill the guy. Okay, Exodus stream will be back soon, gentlemen. I don't know what happened. Working on it though. Exodus save warped in Deku Tree and did wrong warp, is that true? What? Did he actually?
I'm thinking not, based on his.
Huh. I don't think that.
choices.
I don't think that makes any sense. All right, Tob finishing up Spirit Hover.
Yeah.
Oh, did he kill the child side Iron Knuckle?
I think he did.
Okay, so working on those 4 Iron Knuckles.
Yeah.
Gonna do his last 2 in Ganon's castle. Alien getting the map and then doing hookshot jump here. Oh, I wonder. I know Alien is like very capable of doing it. Oh no, I was gonna wonder if he was gonna do the head skip, but never mind. I guess he's just gonna.
Hey, we got some big donation.
Oh, dang! All right, Derry, 65 with $250 donation.
Big money.
GSA, great job, giving us the dough, rolling it in, giving us the G's.
Pit, you need some M&Ms, I think.
What?
You need some M&Ms.
Wait, why?
In your
For
big
the
cup.
bit cup. That's some big money. Thank you so much, Derry, getting in on the the incentives as well. I'm sure, but big plays from Derry here. GSA busting $1,000, going into prize pools for the runners for the future. All right, Alien's doing that.
I believe he save warped. I think he's gonna wrong warp here.
That's such an Alien move.
Very much, yes.
If Alien did not do the wrong warp here, I'd be kind of disappointed in him.
And he has the DC map now as well, so he's got at least 3.
He has 4, no 3. Yeah, 3
Bottom
because
of the well.
Shadow, Bottom of the Well, and Donald's Cavern.
Yeah.
So he gets a free one from Spirit Temple because that's one of his goals. Fire Temple is easy enough, and then
He'll
I
probably get
wonder
the
what his
ice
6
arrow
of
here.
I'd probably get like Ice Cavern map or no, maybe Water Temple map.
I would get the ice arrow here.
Oh, Ice Arrow, yeah, and then RBA the Water Temple map, right? Hopefully he has bugs for that, because I'm pretty sure that when you RBA with fish, all you get is the boss key, you don't get the map.
I believe you're correct. I'd have to look at the values, but I think that's true.
I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure one time I did it in a bingo, and I didn't have the map, but I thought I did, and then I had to undone, and I finished 20 minutes later. When in doubt, bugs for like almost everything. Pretty much. Tob getting a mini wet. Gonna have to beat Forest Temple. Oh, what was Tob's progress? Did he get anything else? He just did 2 minutes.
He has 2 Iron Knuckles done. I don't think he's got the tunics yet. So you might be wondering why Tob is doing Forest Temple. If he's doing row 1, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't apply to any of those goals, but you can't actually go back in time, which he needs to do until you beat the Forest Temple. So he's doing an out of bounds here to get Minuet, and Alien is doing a wrong warp.
Yep.
Basically dying on a specific frame as he touched that blue light.
Yep.
It's going to essentially get the game. It wants to put you in a cutscene, but if you kind of interrupt that with the death, it kind of just overwrites that value, puts it into another spot, and you end up in the GTG.
Yep, so he's going to be getting a few things here. Ooh, he's doing backwalk weird shot. Okay. Flexing. Okay, he failed it. Yeah, whatever. Oh, going for it again. Double flex. Okay.
He gets it.
So he's going to be getting the ice arrows here because, I mean, like Runner Guy said, he can get a free map from it. And he also needs a bow to shoot, like, arrows, for fire to light the torches in Spirit Temple for that map. So it's kind of like 2 birds with 1 stone, and he's already here, so...
Oh yeah, good point about needing to shoot an arrow.
Yep. So it makes perfect sense. Hopefully he has bugs. Okay, he does.
He does.
Looking good. Oh, okay. Every time he equips, I'm like, oh man, are you equipping over bombs?
Yeah, Tob got the Minuet, so he'll be doing Forest in a little bit. He's on a little sidetrack here to get the
Getting the
tunic.
tunic. Yep.
Does Tob do King Dodongo last, do you think, as a child?
Is that good for any reason?
Other than just not needing to back out of there. You can done right at the cutscene death.
I don't really know why he would, because he would... Does he have Bolero?
No.
He should probably get it if he gets Goron Tunic, right? He's like there. That'd be weird. He might just get Goron Tunic and beat King Dodongo like at the same time, actually. I think that makes more sense.
He could.
Than doing it as child, because doing it as child would be like kind of rough, because you have to, you know, reverse throw time skip, and then you have to like run all the way there, or play Minuet and run all the way there, and he doesn't have an Ocarina, so I'm just gonna assume that he's gonna, you know, like clean that up. I think he's gonna do Forest Temple, and then like back out, go down, get Goron Tunic, and then kill King Dodongo.
And then do Ganon's Castle for the Knuckles, and then go back in time.
Yeah, the only unfortunate thing is he either has to play Warp Song and save Warp, or he has to double save Warp to get out of King Dodongo's boss room. Or he could actually Death Warp out. He could just get like down to half a heart, kill King Dodongo, and comes up with a bomb. Actually, I didn't think of that.
Alien going for...
Did he go for the new gate skip and failed?
I believe he's going for a hover bootsless.
Wait, but yeah. The current strat is hover bootless, the new one, right?
Yeah, but he needed to be in he was from GTG.
Oh yeah, he was
over here.
Right. So he's gonna do like a mega side hop here on this little ledge. Should work. It looks fine. Okay, yep, looking good.
Nice.
Exodus still splicing.
Tob is doing the clip here just to go straight to the boss. Forest is really one of the short temples. Just go right to the boss, and it's not like he needs any specific items. Hookshot is enough to kill him.
Yeah, all you need is some kind of projectile.
Alright, Alien going for the Wasteland Hess. See how he does.
This is like Alien and Tob. They basically represent two different kinds of bingo players. Alien goes for the harder strats with higher variance, so he could get a way worse time. And Tob goes for the consistent strats. Like Alien there, he could have saved 5 seconds over Tob if he didn't fail there. But since he failed there, he's going to be breaking even if he hits it now.
Also, Tob has done Fire Tempo as a child, so I don't want to say he just goes for the super consistent strats.
Okay, maybe just this bingo. He does crazy bingo strats, but he doesn't do crazy RTA strats, I guess. How about that?
Yeah, I've never seen Tob do...
I can't believe he did Fire Tempo as child, jeez. What did he do? Did he beat it as child?
Yeah, he was doing all of Fire, like he was busting bingo rows because he was doing like all of Fire as child.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know that I've seen him do many RTA runs. I know Exodus has dabbled with like MSC and stuff.
He also did 9 along with this wall, I think. Alien's mostly known as an RTA runner turned bingoer. Has that high potential to, you know, bust out the heavy practice of some strats on people.
Tob was in my rookie bingo tournament, which was only in 2016. So basically, he was a new bingo player 2 years ago, and he's already like his skill level has just been amazing.
Yeah, he's been skyrocketing. Okay, apparently Exodus has been having stream issues, so I don't know if he'll be back. Proof call him if he finishes in first, though.
That's okay. Two is kind of enough to focus on, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a lot, especially since we're like very diverged at this point.
Tob going for the cutscene skip here. This one does not create a wrong warp.
Alien watching Requiem, was that intended?
I don't believe so. I think he was wanting to do something else. I didn't see exactly what happened.
I don't know what happened. Not a good look though. That's a very long cutscene. I'm gonna lose a couple minutes there. I can't think that he would actually willingly get Requiem.
Mm-mm.
So Tob finishing up Forest Temple just has to do a little bit more adult cleanup and then finish as a child. I think that Tob's looking at a sub 120 bingo right now. Alien, I don't know. If he keeps making mistakes like those, I don't know. Oh, Alien saying he forgot to RBA strength. Oh yeah, he doesn't have hover boots, and he probably doesn't know how to do the like low percent clip.
Mm.
Could have pulled up a video, but maybe he wouldn't have wanted to. And he doesn't have hover boots either.
Yeah.
Could do bootsless spirit hover.
Oof.
Bust it out.
Yeah, that's a tough. You know, you're trying to be fast and potentially like skip hover boots or something, and then it just kind of you overlook something, or you get to a spot and you're like, oh crap, and then you end up needing to go back and get them anyway. Tob looking for some more bombs, but not getting lucky.
So Alien's just gonna go grab some hover boots from Shadow Temple now. Just to round out Spirit Temple. I'm gonna guess that was like a, probably like a 4-minute mistake just to not RBA strength. Because he had to watch Requiem and he has to go back into Shadow Temple. Actually, wait, did he go in Shadow Temple yet? No, he didn't. So
he's probably gonna do this anyway for the map.
He can grab the map now.
I can't imagine this wasn't part of his 6 maps. I thought he was here already, but he must.
No, I don't think he was. I don't even know if he intended this to be one of his maps, right? He was gonna do Fire Temple map, right? Because he had Bottom of the Well, Dodongo's Cavern, he had Water Temple,
Spirit, Fire, Water, but it's still
Fire, Spirit. I guess maybe he did intend for Shadow Temple. I wonder why he didn't get hover boots beforehand.
Yeah, it's tough to know exactly what the players are thinking at all times.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes they just don't even consider it though, because there's so many things going on in your head when you're doing bingo.
Looks like Tob is going for the
tunic.
Tunic, yes. That'll give him the 3 tunics.
So one thing to note is that when Tob goes back in time as a child, he won't have the bombs that he RBA'd as an adult.
Right.
He'll only have his bomb choose. So if he runs out of those, he's pretty much donezo. I mean, he can RBA more though.
He shouldn't need that many though.
No, he only needs a few. Alien gonna be able to just Requiem right back to Spirit Temple though after these hover boots. Just a pretty long detour, but not that long, I guess. Could have been worse. All right, is that
I think he was going to come here. He just figured he could clear what he wanted in Spirit without them, and then warp out back here to get them.
He wanted to. Right, he wanted to save the overworld movement from like Shadow Temple all the way back to Death Mountain Trail earlier.
That's my best guess. So the Requiem, yeah, it's gonna cost a couple minutes. That's one of the things that's like in bingo, not only is your execution important, but actually like nailing down exactly what your route is gonna be is super critical too. Like it's just as important.
Alien going back into Spirit Temple here. Tob getting his 3rd tunic. All right, now with hover boots, Alien more flexibility with what he can do here.
This is what he needed the hover boots for. His trick to clip and slide through here.
So he's going to be going up to the middle room of Spirit Temple, but getting the compass on his way too. Areas like this are also like really good for like he got Ocarina, so he gets to play on the Ocarina for songs. What do you think? Do you think that Alien did it right with the bottom of the well choose? Do you think that bottom of the well choose is good for Israel because he also gets a map and gets the Ocarina here? Or do you think that the way the Exodus was doing it, where you skip bottom of the well map and you just go get bottle, is the right way to go?
I mean, let's say that he didn't get the bottom of the well map.
Mm-hmm.
What other map would he get in column 2? Like Forest, maybe, is fairly fast.
Don't wrong warp to Dodongo's Cavern or don't wrong warp out of Dodongo's Cavern and then do Water Temple map on your way.
I mean, he's already getting water map.
Could do Ice Cavern map and then clip backwards through King's Aura and do Water Temple map after, and then go to.
To me, bottom of the well is faster than that, I think.
Oh wait, no, he still needs the ice arrows. Okay, yeah. So like he would get water map by default. Yeah, ice cavern map. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, forest seems decently fast too, but I still think bottom of the well is probably the best bet.
Oh, forest because he already has bow.
Well, forest just because the map is right there. You just Song of Time clip and.
Oh yeah. Never mind. I was thinking of compass.
Mm-hmm.
Forest after fire wrong warp by Juke. Interesting idea. That would work.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that could be faster than the bottom of the well map.
Yeah, that actually sounds really good.
Mm-hmm. But that's something that you have to immediately consider when you're in like the first 3 minutes as you're doing the row. Like,
oh, you think that was like Exodus's plan, Juke? I mean, yeah. I mean, I never actually thought about that. Just like forest map after fire temple is like really good then. All right, Tob killing King Dodongo here before going back to the market area as an adult to wrap up some Iron Knuckles. So what do you think the play is here? Do you think he kills King Dodongo, then death warps out, and then save warps?
I would just double save warp because I'm a scrub. And I'm on N64 and it's fast.
Yeah.
But death is faster.
I think what he'll do as well is I think that he'll go back to Temple of Time, get Prelude of Light, and then he'll go to Ganon's castle, go to Ganon's tower, kill the Iron Knuckles, and then just Prelude back into Temple of Time.
Oh, they've all killed the hardest boss in the game.
King Dodongo, very easy goal. Alien pushing the Armos all the way up.
Alien going on a journey here.
Yeah, he's moving the Armos, you know, gonna shoot those torches. I think there is a strat here with hover boots where you can just hover in midair and then shoot the torch.
Yeah, there is a hover to do it. It's a little bit precise. I actually haven't learned it yet.
It actually saves like a whole lot of time. I learned it.
Yeah, this is worth learning if you are like wanting to do this map in a lot of your goals, but it doesn't. It's one of those things that comes up just enough that you're like, I should learn this, but you never make it a super high priority.
Yeah,
because you can always come here and be like, oh yeah, I can push that.
Pushing the armor is also a lot easier too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Tob is setting up for the adult dot skip.
Yep. Kind of a annoying trick with Master Sword, I'm not gonna lie. So gonna skip the cutscene here by voiding out. Has Prelude of Light now, because you get it when you enter the cutscene. And gonna leave Ganon's Tower later by playing that.
Yeah, that's a good play.
I think that Tob is looking like he's a little bit ahead of Alien. Actually, like probably a decent amount ahead. Because Alien has Fire Temple left, all of it. I think that was map and compass for him right there. Yeah, I think he has all of Fire Temple left, and Fire Temple takes like 8, 7 minutes, something like that. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I typically think it's about 8.
Like,
Well,
all
about...
Gorons is like 10.
Yeah, it might be like 10 total.
I think it'll be less than 10.
We'll find out.
Oh, he has the map too. He has to get those too.
He does have to get the map.
Oh,
be decent.
Tob doing unbuffered side flip hovers to get his castle.
Side flip hover.
Oh,
and you
my
said Tob.
Lord.
And you said Tob takes the consistent.
Yeah, what a legend. Oh my gosh. He just saved so much time doing that. If you think about it, he probably saved like 3 or 4 seconds per hover, and there's like 7 or 8 of them. Yeah.
It's 8 contortion hovers.
How many side flips did he do? Like 7? Maybe 8?
I think it takes 8 for that as well.
That was crazy. He must have practiced side flip hovers a lot to just bust them out in a bingo.
Telling you, Tob is a beast.
He's crazy. Pretty low bombs to count for child, actually. Is that 3 that I see?
He needs 1.
Only to break the wall, and then he can hover off the spatula.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, though.
Anything can happen. Did he get the market skull?
As child? Oh, as adult?
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw it.
I saw him the side flip hovering, but I'm assuming that he got it before he did that.
Did he get it? I feel like he probably did. But I don't actually remember him getting it.
To the VODs.
Tob's struggling to kill the Stalfos here. Gets to skip the boss key, only gonna kill the Iron Knuckles. Alien still collecting keys and going up Fire Temple right now. Yeah, Tob definitely in the driver's seat right now, I think. I mean, the cool thing about bingo is, like, anyone can win, too. So, like, even out of these players, you know, we don't know which one will win, but, like, we don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, there was actually, how many people in this race?
15?
10, 15?
Let's see. I think it's, like, something like that, yeah. Like 12, 13. Exodus rejoined the RaceBot channel. So he must be back online. I think his internet just has a history of being bad.
I didn't see Tob get it. It's possible he got it
earlier?
The first time, yeah.
But he didn't have hookshot when he set time of day though.
You don't need it. You can crouch stab it.
Yeah, that's true, but if I knew I was coming back later with hookshot, I wouldn't get it before.
Right.
Is he going back? He's going back for it.
Yep, he realizing
he definitely forgot it. That's kind of rough. I mean, it's not as big of a mistake as, say, like Alien's mistake, though.
Yeah, but I mean, these are the types of things. These things happen in bingo. These are the types of things that you're trying to minimize, but it's very easy to just be like overlook a skull. He was probably focusing on the like. Okay, I got these side. He's like psyching himself up.
Yeah, he was doing the side flip hovers. Definitely. Stable up here probably. I mean, he could play Prelude. I just like wouldn't. Yeah. Only Oh yeah, that is all for Iron Knuckles done as well. He only has 2 skulls to go as child. 1 in the tree, 1 in the Song of Storms grotto. Alien getting his 6th map. Only has to beat Fire Temple now, but
you RBA the water one already?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He did it when he got
the
ice arrows.
Okay.
this hover slide is kind of hard. He's just trying to get the frame here. Okay, he's good.
Coming down the wire here. I think Tom.
Oh, no, he missed it and he triggered the flame wall. He has to save warp. No, that's so rough because if the flame wall triggers, you just like can't make it. Alien definitely not gonna beat Tob now.
Yeah, I think Tob had a decent edge anyway. Tob's on pace for like a
111.
Well, yeah, something really good here.
Oh yeah, maybe 112. Actually, 112 sounds maybe a little bit more realistic. Actually, save warping out of the fire map doesn't lose a whole lot of time. It does lose like a decent amount, but it's not as much as you'd think.
Yeah, I mean, Alien's still probably, what are we thinking time-wise for him?
115.
He could still 120, yeah, without...
116 maybe? 115, 116, something in that region. The mid 110s, that's good for any bingo. Can't really be upset with a time like that.
Yeah, I take 116s all day.
Yeah, I mean, definitely though he'll be disappointed.
Yeah, there are things both players could have done. I think they could have pushed their time down, but
yeah, I think that these rows are like very close to each other and like how good they are. I think that forest map end with like fire wrong warp though sounds amazingly good.
Yeah, there was a lot of. I thought this whole board honestly was pretty decent. There was no Sarias, which is always nice.
Yeah, just ban Sarias from bingo. Okay, Tob just has to get one more Skulltula here. He's gonna do the seam walk here because it's faster real time. Usually, like you don't get ISG there and do the seam walk in runs, or like you either do ISG lists or you just don't do the seam walk because you're waiting on time of day. But he just needs to get there ASAP. Alien not waiting long enough before Hessing there, getting bopped by the boulder. It's actually a weird strat. To go faster, you have to go like a little slow.
Yeah, timing type of thing.
Yeah, Ocarina Time has a lot of things like that. To go fast, you have to go slow.
Oh, I'm just gonna do this one trick here. Gonna get this last skull. Remember, he has a couple chews, but that's a really... You don't need anything other than to blow up the wall.
Ooh.
Whoop.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
It's not too bad of a setup, but... It can be a little tricky. Killed it. And it's gonna back foot.
And good. All right. Tob finishing with a time of 1:12.26, according to RaceBot. And first place.
He won, yeah. He beat everybody. I mean, we were only highlighting, in this case here, 2 runners. But there was several people in this run that are all capable of, you know, good times.
Very solid bingo time from Tob. those side flip hovers definitely, you know, helped him a lot there. Yeah, I think Phoenix Feather soon as well. He wasn't highlighted here, but he's a very, very good runner. Probably just barely got sniped because he was typing dot time. He usually does that when he's about ready to finish.
But yeah, the board overall, we didn't talk about it much here, but essentially all of the rows, in theory, take about the same amount of time. And they're calculated that if you played essentially, I don't want to say perfect, like it's not a task, but if you played within human capabilities, routed really well, played really well, like 110 is about as fast as the rows should be. I mean, there's some that get broken. There's certain synergies that kind of bust it sometimes. So like you could end up with a 107, but for Tob to hit, you know, 112, and it seems like these guys, Tob, Exodus, Alien, they all hit these 112, 111 times, you know, with regularity.
And failing the boss key skip with the Hess, gonna have to do this backup here. You can just do a ledge clip in the unloaded room.
Yeah.
Phoenix Feather, not the highlighted, one of the highlighted players, finishing 114.23 in second place. Historically,
Very nice.
very good bingo player as well. There's so many good ones, we couldn't show them all. Alien struggling to get this ledge clip.
Yeah, it's always good for bingos to have your backups in order. In this case, aliens
will work.
needing to do this one there. That should do it.
Exodus rejoining the channel again. Been having some issues, I think. Alien equipping Megaton Hammer 4 times. Needs to make sure it's there. All right, Phoenix Feather also doing column 2 like Alien here.
Yeah, it's pretty standard in bingo when you are finished with the race to comment on what row you did so that people can like look back at the results and see what what you did.
All right, Alien able to save time here by, blasting the hole here to hit Volvagia. Bombchu is exploding instantly because he's crouch stabbing them with his sword. A little bit of extra swag. So an interesting thing to note is that for Beat Fire Temple, all he has to do is just touch the warp, so he doesn't have to, set up a wrong warp, and he can just end the timer as soon as he touches it. If it were Fire Medallion, he'd either have to wait until he clears the text box for the Fire Medallion, or no, is it clear the text box, or is the text box appear? It's one of those, and then there's also you'd either have to wait for the white flash after the cutscene skip.
Yeah. And if it was Defeat Volvagia, which is also square, he'd already be done.
All right, Alien Squeaky Toy finishing with a time of 1:16:28, according to RaceBot.
GG.
Finishing in third place.
Third
we
overall.
can just imagine that Phoenix Feather was the second person that we put on here. They both did the same row. They all did the same row. Alien, Phoenix Feather, Exodus. Column 2 was a strong row here.
Column 2 was definitely a strong row.
Row 1, though, I did not think that it was that good. I thought it was
I overlooked it in the
it
beginning.
Fine. Well, the 7 keys in Grudo Training Grounds and 4 Iron Knuckles are really good together. And then 3 Tunic is not a long goal. King Dodongo, really good with that too. Yeah, it's just the 4 Market Skulls. It's just well, that sucks. 4 Market Skulls, that's so slow. There's no child to anything. But he was just yeah, but the other goals are fast together.
Yeah. The other things kind of made up for it.
Yep. I guess, yeah, this was good. Maybe we can get a small interview with 1 or 2 of the players, if possible. Let's get. I bet I can get Alien in here. Let's get him in here for an interview.
Sure.
Okay, Alien's coming in here. Exodus still not done yet. Hello.
Yo. Thanks.
Hi.
What's up?
So, how was your bingo?
Oh
How
my
was
god.
Spirit
Should we
Temple?
start at dying at the Skulltula? Not the Skulltula.
Oh, the
Skull Kid.
the Skull Kid.
okay, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Well, immediately after I got into Ocarina cutscene, I realized my routing mistake with Fire Temple. In my head, I was thinking, bomb the well, quick map, I can get shoes on the way, and then I can save time while getting RBA, because I
You were
can
thinking
passing around
you
and
should have
stuff.
done Fire Map or the Force Map after Fire Temple.
Yeah, and yeah, because I got bottom of the well, map and compass, and in my head when I started, I was like, all right, column 2. I picked out column 2 really quickly. I saw that row and I was like, As long as I can
That's
still do
such-
Skull Kid, which I clearly
That row
couldn't.
is that row is so you anyway.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
DC wrong warp to Spirit Temple, like that's like your thing.
Yeah, and I wish I realized the fire wrong warp thing, but Bomb in the Well turned out not to be too bad. What the real killer was just my mistakes, like getting Requiem because I forgot the RBA gauntlets. I planned on skipping hover boots immediately and just getting them after Spirit because it would have been extra movement to get them before,
Yeah, that's what
and
we
I
should
would have had
do.
it, and I would have had to get bottle on B again. So I wanted to do that, but I just forgot the RBA gauntlets. I meant to do it, I just forgot. That's
Right.
bingo. That's bingo.
Yeah, that is bingo. One thing I remember that last bingo, I did everything except I forgot to get arrows before heading to Spirit Temple, and I had to kill a wall sculpture for like 6 minutes straight for a random arrow drop. So I feel you on that.
Yeah. That's just part of it.
I
You
know
can
that's
still even with those mistakes, you just gotta put a route together, and you can still get a decent time. Like sub 120, I'm okay with that for
that many mistakes. But the streak is
Yeah,
over. The streak is over.
yeah, my SMB streak. Yeah,
Dang.
Yeah, you won like 4 in a row. That's like
Yeah.
up there.
SMB, not at ESMB, but yeah, like SMB, I have one
Right.
multiple in a row.
Okay, so harder boss, Ovagia or Skull Kid?
Skull Kid, obviously.
Skull Kid is the secret hardest boss of the game, dude. Look, he has so much health, and he moves around so quickly and so erratically, it doesn't make any sense. And when do you fight Skull Kid
kill him,
ever?
like, yeah. You can't kill
Ever.
him you can't kill him like the normal you'd kill any enemy too. You gotta like target him and you gotta like slash.
Yeah,
him.
you gotta get close to him, and you gotta slash him. That's the
You
only
gotta
way to
fight
do
on
it.
his terms. That's the problem.
You can't even. I don't think you can use arrows. Correct me if I'm wrong, RG.
I actually don't know that.
I don't think you can. I think he just goes away if you use arrows or
He'll
like.
just do the backflip and
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
probably.
But yeah, it was fun.
All
think,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Any last words, Alien? Follow him
Play
at
bingo.
twitch.tv
We need more runners, please.
aliens. Yeah, play bingo. That's good. Play bingo is good.
do bingo.
Yeah, do bingo. Play it, see it, smell it, sleep it, eat it. Anything else, runner guy, that you wanted to say?
Yeah, if this seems interesting, this is a weekly race. There's ESMB, which is done at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then there's this one, which is at just SMB, Saturday Night Bingo. Every Saturday, 9:30. All skill levels, are welcome. I mean, I would typically recommend knowing at least basic Ocarina of Time tricks. But once you know that, you can pretty much jump in. People are always willing to help new bingo players learn. Pick some squares that look fun, and you learn a lot about the game.
Yep. I also want to say, shouts to Tob3000. Follow him at twitch.tv/Tob3000. Exodus122. DC'd during the race. Unfortunate. Happens, when internet's involved. But very, very talented player there too. So if you want to see some fast bingos, he's your man as well. And more bingo in the future, more Ocarina of Time events in the future here on twitch.tv/speedrun. So stay tuned for that. And I'll talk to you gentlemen later. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
All right. Catch you later.